There are way more growth opportunities for Mary Kay today, be fully penetrated in a market like China. When I took over 10 years ago, we were in there, but we haven't really hit the growth phase yet. We were in Brazil, but we hadn't done anything there, made a mark even. And now we're really, really growing. So we've got two of our bigger markets that we know we have a lot left that we can do in those markets. Plus, we also see a lot of countries that 10 years ago they weren't on our map. Countries like Vietnam, countries like Indonesia, countries like Turkey. All those countries have lots and lots of people we think are prime for direct selling, and we need to find a way, the right time, to go into big markets like that. Direct selling in emerging markets is great for a lot of reasons. It may be that they didn't have the access to Western products. That's becoming less and less an issue. 10, 15 years ago, that was one of the reasons why we were so successful in China, but now you can find anything in China, and it's no longer an emerging market, at least in our book. But what you do see in those emerging markets is a starving or a wanting of Western goods. You see an opportunity that they may not have had, and we found that direct selling is a quick way to get into business, and we find in emerging markets women are very entrepreneurial. So that's kind of the key for us, is you got a need for Western products or a demand for Western products. You got women that may not have the greatest opportunities that are willing to take risk and want to run their own business, and that's kind of a match made in heaven. And you pair those two with the one thing is we're not bricks and mortar. We don't need a big office building. We don't need malls to be built or retail shops to be built. We just need to have our brand out there and have our products there and educate our consultants to be able to sell to to their end users. Over the last 10 years, we had set a goal to move from an 80% US revenue, 20% international type company to 50-50 and 50% international, 50% US, and very quickly we blew through that to where we are now, where it's about 70% international and 30% US. And that was a difficult transition, more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It's tough to get people to always think about the global impact of decisions after, for the first 30 years, they didn't have to worry about that. They just worried about how it impacted the US. Our products that we developed were more geared towards US consumers. And now you need to, we have all different skin types out there, and we need to drive, and that means what kind of skincare they want, what kind of color products they want, and it makes it a lot more complex. In our industry, the next great company can come from anywhere. With technology, we've got people that have started up companies while they're in high school, direct selling high school, and that are up to $50, $100 million a year business, and they're not even out of college yet. We have people that leave other direct selling companies and start their own company. We also know that big companies see how great direct selling can be, either on its own or to fit in with their own strategy, and want to find a way to get into the direct selling market. From a consumer standpoint, it's great, all that competition. And all I see there is increased dollars being invested by competitors and us into the product side, into the career plan, and the marketing plan, and we have to stay up to pace and want to lead the pack. So we need to have the best career path and opportunity out there. Technology in our industry is evolving very, very quickly, and it's changed a lot. I remember literally 15 years ago when the internet, obviously had been around for a while by then, but people still didn't quite understand it. And there was an article in the New York Times where it said, "Is the Ding Dong Lady dead?" And I happened to be in New York at the time and had to talk to the financial community and explain and justify our business model, why no, the internet, much less the things that will inevitably follow, are going to be great for our business. And our business is a relationship business. And we recognized early on that you have got to make technology strengthen that relationship, not make it more of a barrier between us and our consultants, or our consultants and their customers. But at the same time, make it more seamless and make it easier, because there are some people that don't want that one-on-one relationship, and we need to make it easier for them to transact business with Mary Kay. Come out with a lot of technology, not for the sake of coming out with technology, but it's something that's going to help that consultant, whatever her goal may be, but at least to make her business easier. You can get from a cosmetic company like Mary Kay something that you used to have to go to a dermatologist 5 years ago. That's how fast technology is being transferred into our business, you know, on the product side. We've definitely seen over the last literally 20 years, more and more people being more accepting of technology. That's not earth-shaking revelation, but for us, it has been enjoyable to see women who started with Mary Kay 30 years ago, didn't know a computer, were a homemaker, and this is their business, and they were really social, and that's why they were successful at their Mary Kay career. To then all of a sudden we're throwing technology out there to them, and they know it's valuable and it can help their business. Yet they're also the same people that would look to their kids to help them if something went wrong with their phone. You know, and so they kind of pushed it off and kept it at an arm's length unless it was forced on them, to now not only understanding the technology we've made available, but also pushing us to say, hey, why can't we have this? I know it's out there, you know, figure it out. This is what we need. The one capability that the future CEO needs to have is, and only one, you're limiting me to one, would have to be connectivity. Connectivity, to me, you got to be connected to your employees. If you're the CEO, you're the face of the company. When things are down, you've got to be the biggest cheerleader. You've got to make sure that they feel like they're part of a big company, a big family. I also think to be successful, you know, you're going to have relationships, whether it's suppliers, whether it's government officials and markets that you're trying to get into, or markets that you're in. You've got to have some sort of connection. And if you can have that connectivity, then that means you're doing a lot of other things right. You've got to do a lot of things well if you're truly going to connect and understand needs and wants of your employees and your sales force.